check. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Looking good. OBS isn't getting flagged by Windows. Eh? Wait, was that hard? Did I not pick Elite? That was hard. What the hell? Oh. Hello guys. It's your boy, Zen, and I'm just here to play a few games. Because, you know, I tried to stream. You probably didn't get the notification for it, but I tried to stream, like a day or so ago, and OBS crashed immediately. Still not too sure. I still think it's exit lag, because it only crashes, it only crashes when I have exit lag open, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see how things go. When you just say bye to someone and immediately see them again. Hi. Thanks for stopping by just to say hi. Expired. Alright, have a good night. I tried to upgrade my Echo Stones. Didn't go very well. Actually, like, I got better stats overall, but, like, the thing that didn't go very well was the Awakening, as they call it, which is just Reforges. It's just fancy Reforge. The Reforges are stinky. The game seemed really insistent on giving me Reforges for transformation and taming. Exxon, where's my damn aiming arcana? I want to make use of the Reforges you gave me. Oh, rip. Oh, I don't have this on. There is, Oh, my Rango bar. Oh yeah, Urging is easier. I should go do Urging at some point. Although, it's gonna be rough for this weapon because this one's already S rank, so I need to get, like, what would already be, like, the hard Urg. Alright. God damn it, I switched my hotbar again. That's what I get for pressing the button too fast. Oh, there's that big lag spike. Am I still connected? I didn't lose any frames for it, so it must be Mabinogi. Oh. Uh, can I, can I bullet storm? Nah, you're gonna hit me 3 times. I don't know why my brain just went really burr right there. Please stop. Oh, okay. Should I just come back and stream tomorrow? Shit. I think I missed everyone. What time is... Oh, it's late. Yeah, I missed everyone, dude. Yeah, this is a bad time to stream. Well, I shouldn't say I missed everyone, but like the people who normally would be here is y'all busy now. Oh, this way. Ooh. I haven't worn my headphones in a while, but wearing them again feels... It don't feel so good. He's off. Ah, feel better now. A little better. I still feel a little bit nauseous. Right. Huh? I had to shoot early so I can hit everything. Hydrate and stretch. The stream just started. You guys are all monsters. Yeah, I'll stretch after this. Ooh. Stretched. Shadow Wizard. Holy crap, that's a lot of ults. okay, dog? How many passes I got left? Any of my power potions dying? 3 days, 2 days, 5 days. This one's dying. Guess I might as well. Ooh. Okay, I felt kind of like I was nodding off there for a second. I think I might have done too many dungeons today. I did all my Rundle passes in one go. Usually I do like five to like 6 of them, and then I save the boxes until like 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And then I open them and I do it later in the day. But today I was like, I could just do all of them in one foul swoop. I regret it. Oh. I have stamina. Ah. Oh, I don't have my knuckles on? Okay, fair enough. Ah, he got bailed. Whew. Yeah, I definitely did too many dungeons today. I think I was gonna do Echo Stones later on, but I think I'm gonna just take a break from Mabinogi after I finish up these passes. They've got a decent amount of time though, so I could probably go take a break and then come back later. I think they all have 8 hours or 6 hours. Let's see. They have 5 hours. I could take 2 hours and then come back and do them. I just drank a power potion, so I guess I'll just I'll run the 30 minutes and then I'll do it. Game, stop changing my lock on, please. Gotta be careful about doing that. Bro, did you just shoot me? Screw you. Oh, I'm not linked, that's why. Divine Link trivializes like a lot of content. I've grown to kind of like enemies attacking me and ignoring my pet. As in many cases, it feels like I activate Divine Link and then I'm just invisible in the game while the enemies just continuously get hit by me. Aw, he walked away. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I forgot he picks up fucking potions. Gotta clear out all my potions later. It's okay, I can pay attention long enough. Oh, I know I can pay attention long enough. Ah, there we go. Game hasn't crashed yet? I wonder if it's when I open other stuff. One of the times that I crashed is when I opened Opera. Oh, that's 100K. Whew. More runs, more runs. You know, I've noticed like a huge difference in max damage as you get like higher max damage. I think one of the more important things that I've noticed that people tend to forget in this game is that damage, like the damage that you get from your skills is percent, not like not just flat. It's not like plus 500 damage, it's plus 500% damage. Like, I kind of fell for it too. And you just don't, like, put max damage and stuff, because you're like, these are little tiny bonuses, I don't really need to care about this. But you should, because those percentages really add up. Those small little numbers make a huge difference. And the more you get, the bigger the difference is. It's so much more important than I originally gave credit for. Like, I didn't realize that I didn't have my armor set on. And I think I get like 100, maybe 200. Actually, let me check. This little makeshift armor. Let's see, that's 10, 17, 30, 38, 38. That would be 68. That's 67. That's 75, 85, 96, 99, 101, 113. So that's 113 damage. That's pretty big, honestly. But like when you're just looking at this and you see like, oh, I got 1,100. I don't really need like another 100. And then you add that 100 and you're like, wow, that's explosive. That's so much more. You feel it in the damage, honestly. Like, really? 2,100 max damage? I think the last time I got to stream to you guys without crashing, I had like 1,300 max damage with like a damage boost plus a power potion. I was like 1,300, 1,500, something like that. Because my max damage was like 600, 700, something like that. But I went and got, well, I mean, I got Elemental Knight up, which was a huge bonus, but, like, my armor set made an even bigger, well, not even bigger, but it made just as big of a splash when added on top. And I'm pretty sure from this point on, any bonuses that I add to myself will be noticeable. A lot more noticeable than I thought they would ever be. Ow. Stop. Stop making me reload that skill. I only hit it one time. Oh, I gotta close that window. Like, I'm kind of lagging a little bit. You know, a part of me misses Final Fantasy XIV, but a part of me is just like, I'm so disgusted by the events that have happened before I decided to just stop playing. I mean, piled on top of like, I guess raiding would be the way to challenge myself. I'm not very interested in how a lot of the jobs are now. A few of them I kind of like playing still. But it just, oh, I went and I learned all that stuff over the course of all these updates. And it feels like every update I have less to learn about the jobs. And it's kind of like, I usually play enough to get my interest in raids. Like once I've had my fill of like the casual content, then I try to do some raids, usually not like Savage or anything. I'm relatively casual, but I still want a bit of a challenge in like the extreme raids. There's some extreme raids that have piqued my interest, but I'm just not that interested. I wanted to be more invested in the game, but like once all my friends stopped playing the game, that was just kind of it for me. And I know you still play it, Leah. But like you stopped playing for a while, and once you stop playing and other people stop playing, I just had no motivation to play the game anymore. Anytime that I stop and I ask myself why am I playing this game, I just immediately end it. I think like Mabinogi and Final Fantasy XIV are the only games that I have went back to repeatedly after asking that question to myself. So I mean, there's probably a chance in the future I'll play Final Fantasy XIV. I have hopes that like the newer jobs are really interesting to me though. I have an investment in the story that I want to do, but I don't want to refresh my I don't want to refresh my sub until I'm so interested in the story that I know that I won't quit. So I'm gonna wait until there's a lot of story. So I have a lot to go through. Why did I do that? One of like the biggest pains for me when I played the game, and I know this is just me bitching, honestly. but I'm pretty sure some of you like it. The one of the biggest problems that I had is that, like, Yoshi plays this game. He's one of the few developers that sits there and he actually plays it. I know he says, "Don't call me Yoshi, I'm not 5." But some of us are really bad at Japanese, and it's more insulting for us to pronounce your entire name than it is for us to use the nickname given to you by the community. And when you look at, like, some of these jobs, you ask yourself, how the hell did this happen? Like, White Mage is a really good example. How the hell did White Mage end up missing out on that, you know, off-global cooldown trend that literally every other job is getting? I just can't fathom how they just, like, completely skipped over this. Even Paladin has had it since, like, the dawn of time with Spirit Within. Stop that. And Paladin is like the White Mage of tanks. I'm very confused at, like, at some of the choices that he makes. And it's kind of frustrating too, because I want to... Whenever I pick up a game that has a lot of classes or jobs or weapons, as any of you who watched me play Neo before would know, I like to stop playing games for a period of time and then come back and then play differently. Like, play a different job, play a different weapon, play a different class, whatever. And I can't really do that in Final Fantasy as much as I would like to, because some of those classes are just... Oh my goodness. Horrendous early on. They're just atrocious. Either it's comically boring, or it's just frustratingly difficult to do things at a reasonable pace, because there are very annoying limitations in place that make it difficult. Like, I really, really hated playing White Mage early on, because I really hated having, like, 2 buttons until I got Holy. Which was like, me spam cure, me throw rock. Then I got Holy. Then it was me spam cure, me throw rock, me sometime use Holy. And then, you know, you get a size, and it's like, I get to use the size, like, every... I forget how long. I think it's like 60 or 90 seconds. It's been a while since I played, so, excuse me on that front. I could be wrong. But, you know, you get to use it, like, roughly every minute. And you end up using it because... Like, you end up using it as, like, your emergency, AoE off-global cooldown in many cases. Because a lot of the casual players don't really know what they're doing. Like, you'll run into a fair amount of them that have a good idea of what they're doing, and they're doing pretty decent. Like, they're not doing terrible. I don't expect people to be, like, super sweaty pro or anything. But you'll tend to run into a lot of people early on who just get hit by, like, the most obvious stuff. Like, it could literally be a mechanic that flashes on the screen and it says you are going to get hit, and has like an arrow pointing to where you need to be, and like a huge circle saying stand here. And you'll still have that one guy who's like, I'll survive. Or, I don't know what's going on, I guess I'll just die. And so, like, you often just, like, hold on to a size instead of using it. Or at least in my experience, I did when I was leveling up White Mage. And you get a few off-global cooldowns like Tetra, but like those have really long cooldowns, like very, very noticeably long cooldowns. Like, the cooldowns on White Mage's off-globals, in my opinion, are like so horrendously long that in no levels of play did I try to take risk. If I didn't want to wipe. Meanwhile, with like Astrology and even like a Scholar's like super baby to level up. It actually, like, I feel like Scholar doesn't teach you how to play it as you level up, because the shields are so powerful all the way up until like level 80. And it's still like a strong, like the shields are still really strong, but like you could straight up get carried by putting shields on things the moment you get it at level 30, going all the way up until 60. Like, put shield on people and then maybe DPS and get an Aether stack. But my point is, like, I just ended up not taking risk on White Mage. But I would willingly take risk on Astrology and on Sage, on Scholar as I was leveling those up. and as well as like, you know, getting level sync too. Although I don't want to count level syncing because I already have a large amount of experience with Scholar at that point, so I feel like it's unfair to compare. But as a beginner, it just was like, it was atrocious. And as someone who played the game for over 6,000 hours, it was just as atrocious to try to finally get White Mage up to current day content because I always leave it like 5 levels before because I hate playing White Mage. I feel like I have to be a lot sweatier when I play White Mage in most updates. There was like one point in Shadowbringers where I just didn't really pay much attention when I played White Mage because it was so strong. I was just like doing whatever I wanted to. That was probably about the only time that I felt like it's sort of like the only time where I felt like I genuinely had fun playing White Mage in comparison to like other updates. Oh my goodness, this horse. Wait, why am I doing this? I'm a mag. But like, you know, I felt like I genuinely had fun with White Mage because I had a lot more freedom to do stuff. Regen was really powerful. It made up for the lack of shield. Putting spellcasting on your gear was really good. Piety had such a nice MP regen. I just felt like I wasn't really running out of MP all the time, and I also wasn't like I also wasn't scared to use my cooldowns out of fear that someone's gonna eat a mechanic and then I won't be able to recover. I feel like it's more prominent. Well, it was more prominent when I had played. Where White Mage was the class that I wanted to enjoy the most, but I couldn't. And I've already come back to Final Fantasy and played every other class except for Gunbreaker. To be honest with you guys, I don't like playing Gunbreaker. I don't understand it though, so that's entirely me. Because I just do combo and pray for the best, but I usually end up dying when I think as Gunbreaker, and I have a feeling that... I don't even say I have a feeling, I know it's me. Like, I just can't grasp that job. I will someday, though. I think the next time that I come back, I'm gonna invest in Gunbreaker, like, really hard and try to sit down and really learn it. It's one of the only jobs that's still, like, that I still don't understand. But I feel like, they've kind of gone out of their way to make things easy, and also to make, like, certain things weak over others, like... I genuinely didn't understand the change for Summoner. Yeah, the animations are really cool, and it works nice in a flow, but I miss original Summoner. Could we not have had, like... Could we not have had dots mixed with summoning? I would have liked to have the dots somehow integrated with the summoning. You know, because Summoner was, like... Summoner was enjoyable to me because it was the Magic Bard. But now Bard is the Magic Bard. So, like, I don't like playing Summoner anymore because it makes me turn my brain off, and when I turn my brain off, I just stop paying attention to the game. I end up, like, watching YouTube videos in the background. And when I say watching, I don't mean, like, having it play in the background. I mean looking at the screen and paying more attention to YouTube than I do the content, because the only thing I need to really pay attention to is what the boss is doing. And if I've already done the raid, like, 3 or 4 times, not Savage, by the way, like, the, you know, casual content, I already know what's coming, so I just move based off of memory. I set my camera to north, and I peek. That's how I do most of my content, on jobs that I've already gotten very proficient at, on a casual level. So we're, like, doing raids. I guess I don't really get along with people as much as I would really like to. I mean, I'm autistic, I guess. It just comes with the territory, right? Like, I don't process social situations and you know, things that I should or shouldn't say to people. I like often make the mistake of coming off like really mean or like really toxic when I was just trying to say something genuine, and it was just like, oh, I didn't really, you know, it didn't really seem like that when I was thinking it. But, like, now that you've brought it up to me, I understand how fucked up it is. And so, like, when it comes to raiding, The only raid groups I think that I can run with is the ones that never talk. The ones who like absolutely don't want any sort of bonding experience whatsoever, no like socialite. Those are the ones I can run with. Because whenever I run with people who are like all friends and we try to have fun and joke and stuff, there's always like, I always say something to someone and they're just like absolute Twitter brain. So that's big rip. They're hyper offended now, and nothing will fix that. I also like, I understand too that I have a habit of beating myself up over my own performance. Like, I feel very often that my performance is extremely low compared to others, even when I'm doing better. Like, the other day I was doing Run to Advance hard mode with a fairly consistent 8 minutes because I was just critting every room. And like anytime I didn't crit, I would just, I would just pull out my guns and then finish the job. And I was like, man, dude, I feel like I'm just running like way too slow. And the dude who has like a rune staff is like, bro, you are zooming. You're using a Celtic Royal crossbow, and your runs are like around the same speed as mine's. I'm like, oh, well, I misgauged how good I'm doing, but I don't really see it. Often I don't see that stuff until it's pointed out. And it comes back to Final Fantasy, where like, I really see my progress in Final Fantasy when I take steps forward. And raids are kind of where I should peak at, but I just don't really get along with people enough to do so. As well as like, the jobs need to, as weird as this sounds, a job needs to stress me out first before I can enjoy it. Like, when I get stressed over a job and I'm like, dude, how do you fucking play this? That's when I put my best effort forward. It's the same thing for characters in fighting games. Like, when I play fighting games that are like too easy to learn, I don't put any more effort into it than I should. Like, as much effort as I should to be good at it, because I'm like, well, I've already peaked, I don't really care. But like, when I'm frustrated because I don't understand how things are working, then I put like a lot more effort in. Oh, so I got so far in BlazBlue. Although, like, I'm really bad at the game now. Going all the way back on the earlier topic, though, I feel like, if I wait a really long time, maybe until they release, like, the next story expansion, I'll be more interested in playing the game. Because I want to play it. I truly do. Like, I wake up almost every day, and I look at my library, and I'm like, damn, I should play Final Fantasy. And then I'm like, nah, not right now. I'm a little burnt by with the community, like how I had to deal with like things in the community and, friends, I don't want to say breaking up because it wasn't like dating, but shit that's going south. I find it to be a really fun game. I want more out of it than the game is going to give me right now. So I just have to wait until it has a sufficient amount of content for me to really, really just dig in, Otherwise, I'll just end up playing Mabinogi. or, at least with Phantasy Star, despite it being kind of lame because they just make you farm mob, I have a friend there who plays it, and he's a really chill guy. I could suffer in Savages, yeah, but I'm bad with dealing with people. So I feel like all I'm gonna do is just make a worse reputation for myself. In general, I think it might be better for me to socialize with people a little bit less, because I've been going a little bit too ham, and I mean, I've learned a lot about myself this year, and almost none of it was positive. There was some positive, though. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more comfortable talking with people now than I have ever in my life. But I definitely, I see a lot of like problematic stuff with me. Like not understanding when something sounds really toxic before I say it. I might one day though. Try Savage, you know. Maybe maybe make it like a possible goal for next year when I play Final Fantasy 14 again. I know that sounds like a really long way of a long time away, but like consider the fact that I've just gotten over my sleep deprivation. So like I'm starting to feel a lot better. It's gonna take a while before my body stops doing this really weird thing where I feel tired when I'm clearly not tired. It's like slowly going away. Like I feel almost every week or so, I feel a lot more awake. Like today, I feel like I mean, I was a little bit tired earlier because I had ran the Rundle dungeons and stuff, and I had went downstairs to like cook. That was pretty much all the physical movement that I had did. I feel a lot more awake than I have ever in my life. I genuinely remember what I did yesterday, how long I did it for, and why I did it, which is something you wouldn't have gotten out of me last year. You'd be like, Zen, why the fuck did you play Sleeping Dogs? And I can tell you right now, I don't remember why I played Sleeping Dogs. Hell, I didn't even remember I played Sleeping Dogs until I checked my clips. I didn't even remember playing Minecraft. I was like, what? I told somebody that every VTuber has a mandatory Minecraft arc, and mine's is coming up soon. And they were like, you already played Minecraft. And I'm like, what? What do you mean I played Minecraft on stream? When the hell did I play Minecraft on stream? Savages require a lot of concentration, which is why I have avoided them ever since we had our little Savage runs. I decided that it was better if I didn't run Savage content unless I knew for sure that I would be in a healthy state. And with stuff being as unstable as it is down here in Florida, I've been kind of hesitant about doing anything that requires intense amounts of concentration. Like I could do techs right now, like normals in advance, I can solo, but I don't do it because it requires me to pay attention a lot, and I just lose concentration. I die a lot. I'm stuck. Help, Mom. Okay. I'm very interested too, like Final Fantasy wise, to see what other mods that they have added to the game. Because like when I cruised through the when I was cruising through the mod section, there's a lot of really good ones, a lot of really good quality of life ones. My favorite one that they had added to the game was the ability to see which damage it was. Oh, so happy. Like, you know how many years I played this game and I'm like, this is physical, this is magic, this is physical, this is magic? And then I just end up getting in, like, arguments with people who are like, no, it's physical, dumbass, stop using Dark Mind. Now look, you look fucking stupid, don't you? You look like a dummy head. Yeah, I'd be surprised if your parents let you eat dinner tonight, stupid. But, like, those mods are gold. Gold. I'm kind of excited to see what other stuff that they add to the game, because it would be so nice to be able to it'd be so nice to be able to do some of the stuff that people have allowed, like especially the housing things. Like I think the housing mods should just straight up be in the game. There's no reason why you can't just move the furniture on an axis and then decide to snap it to physical objects. Like who gives a damn if you put a couch inside a wall? Sometimes the lack of restrictions is what helps the game's life, you know? Because like being able to not have rules can sometimes greatly affect how people enjoy your content. Oop. Going with the windmill. But like Final Fantasy's housing is really nice. It really is. I wish that I wish more games did it. but with a more lenient collision. Like, I don't find any real reason why, oh, something is clipping in, you can't place this. If people want their shit to clip, you should just allow them that allow it to clip, you know what I mean? Like, what harm is it really gonna do to clip? Unless there's like some really weird bug where like causing it to clip will just make your game explode. It's like that was like one of the major problems with Soul Calibur, where even to today, wait, actually I could go check. They did a patch this year on Soul Calibur 6, which had removed the ability to wear even more clothes together because there was a clipping issue with it. So there's like way less customization than when the game came out, despite them adding customization options because they keep restricting you from putting certain options together due to clipping. Like, this weird obsession with like things shouldn't clip in a video game is kind of ridiculous. Just allow it to happen. If you're gonna make my damn jobs easier, so like the only thing that matters is the mechanic and the raids, then the least I could do is like make my house look ridiculous. Clipping makes the game unplayable. You clip my streams all the time and the game looks playable to me. Yeah, checkmate, Twitch viewer. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, I had Chaser on this the whole time? I feel so stupid. I need to get used to some of my hotkeys. Aw, you know what? Fair enough. Also, I'm surprised my game hasn't crashed yet. Usually my game crashes and then OBS crashes immediately after. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm killing that guy. I can't heal because, oh wait. That's not healing. Oh wait, I don't have... Alright, there we go, we got enough stamina. We're partying now. Do I have a power potion still? No, it ran out. I guess it doesn't matter because I only have 4 more runs left. I might as well just do them. Yeah, you clipping my stream explains why no one's ever here. Sad face. I'm kidding, I love you lurkers. I know you're here. I'd head pat all of you too if I could. Bam, 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 bam. I wish I could play more extensive games on stream now, honestly. Like, I feel kind of bad. I want to, like, play more, but I made a really bad choice with my CPU. I regret it so much. I was offered a higher CPU, but I didn't think I had the power supply to run it. Because I was, like... I was having, like, really bad issues with my power supply for a while. I should have taken the CPU. Damn. Uh, you know what? I don't care. I'll use another one. Damn. 33 million. Don't tell anyone you've seen that. Because I'm gonna dump all that 33 million on Stardust. Stardust is brutal. Hates me. Actually, I've honestly been thinking about just dumping 20 million on getting rank 1 gloves, because these gloves have taken over 2,000 or 2,000. It's taken over 1,000 of the Journeyman Reforges from me. They absolutely 100% refuse to make it to rank 1. Oh wait, Glyph. Oh, Glyph's out of durability. Oh, wait, is my dolls done? Not. Okay, we're good. We're good. If you're wondering why I never stay mounted whenever it's really nuts because like I've gotten rank 1 on everything else that I have except for the dual guns that I use. Like the reason why I don't stay mounted is because you get like extended hit stun when your pet gets hit. It's really terrible. I think it's because it's up to your pet to actually cancel the hit stun, but since like you're technically not controlling your pet when you're on it, it just eats like the entire recovery and you can't do anything. It's the worst. Uh-oh, my soul link ran out. Spinning slasher. I am distracted by the tasty smell of eggs. Someone's cooking eggs and they're doing it right. There. I've been thinking about playing Phantasy Star again. I actually only had one real major issue with Phantasy Star New Genesis, and it was the lack of procedural enemies. Because like my main draw to Phantasy Star Online 2 was that you never knew what you were gonna run into when you went out into the fields. So I can just kind of go on a bit of a slaughter fest. Like you had an idea, obviously, it would be a particular faction, but it sucks, dude. Like when it's always gonna be the same enemies. Like, you go to a battle sector, and you're like, oh, it's always going to be, like, 13 of this enemy here, 5 of this enemy here. What you did on launch is still what you do now? Yeah, literally. It's the same shit. And, like, I understand that people are like, I want more Phantasy Star, but, like, when they say they want more Phantasy Star, they don't mean they want the same Phantasy Star, but exactly more. They want, like, they want more Phantasy Star content. You know? I don't think the developers of New Genesis understand what people mean. There was some huge leaps, but every huge leap that they make, they just step back. Like the volcano and the desert were fantastic. Yeah, the purple keys and the yellow keys were pretty nice. They're just milking all the money from New Genesis. I personally think that they've completely forgotten. They've either completely forgotten or they've completely scrapped the team that originally did the old Phantasy Star Online, and they have no intention of going back to the old days. Because it's not that I dislike the action of it. It's just, yeah, as you're saying, I just feel like it's a cash grab. Like it doesn't feel like this game was made for the enjoyment of players, but instead to consume their time and convince them to spend money on aesthetics that won't matter in the long run, don't even matter in the short run, because the game is hollow and it's supposed to be like more of a social experience. But like you can't even really have a social experience with a bunch of horny people unless you're a horny ass person yourself. Like it's just hard to find people. Like I don't care, fuck it. People will probably hate me for saying it, but like unless you're a degen, it gets really difficult to find people to play Phantasy Star on New Genesis with. If you wanna just find people to chill with and chat with, there's always the Clementine server. But that's not like a new game. That's not what we want at Sega. It also hurt me a lot that they banned everybody from the Japanese servers that wasn't Japanese. Like, if I could at least have kept my Japanese account, I would still be playing, because I had all my aesthetics and I had a lot of fun, and I could just go back to Phantasy Star Online 2 and do some old content. But I have nothing done on the NA server, and I don't want to do all that over again. I spent 5,900 hours on that game doing what I enjoy doing. I don't want to do what I don't enjoy doing anymore again. It's not that I don't like doing the content in base Phantasy Star Online 2. I don't like doing the level grind. The level grind was not fun for me. And the only reason why I got my characters or my classes up as far as I did in Japanese version is because we only had silver, gold, and rainbow at a point in time. And now they have silver, gold, rainbow, and a bunch of keys that don't fucking matter. Like, I don't want goddamn Magatsu keys in my pool. I keep your keys out of my pool. They don't belong here. They don't swim. Like, leveling up on NA is way more toxic than it was on Japan, just because, like, I missed the opportunity to, like, get good levels on all the classes that I didn't want to play. I don't want to gear up all my classes to that extent just so I can have the stats to run in-game content. I already earned the stats to have in-game content. I'm level 100 on everything. And you took this away from me so that you can force me to play your shitty American version that has a whole bunch of flaws to it that I don't want to deal with. It's ironically laggier too. Yeah, I'm just bitching at this point. I don't care. The American version of Phantasy Star is hella laggy. I have no idea why. I was playing the Japanese version. I live in Florida. How the fuck is it laggier in the How is it laggier in the American version than in the Japanese version? Where's your goddamn servers? Up there in, like, the upper northwest of Canada? Where no one exists? Is it just in a snowy wasteland? I have no idea. I don't want to... I mean, I have exit lag. I could. But I don't think it's reasonable that I have to use exit lag in order to play the American version of Phantasy Star at a reasonable level. Like, I shouldn't be getting absolutely clapped by bosses that are easy to deal with just because, Lamau, you got hit 10 seconds ago. Not literally, that's figurative, of course. It's actually like you got hit like 2 seconds ago. But you get my point. I have a lot of problems with the NA version. I don't want to deal with it. It's optimized better, yeah, it runs better. It feels better when it's not lagging, which is not very common, unfortunately. Especially when, like, updates come out. When updates come out, it's absolutely atrocious. It's like the worst experience. It's literally unplayable. If you want an example of how horrible it is, and I'm not saying this to shill myself, But if you go back to my very first and second stream when I used to be like scared to stream if nobody shows up, you'll see like the game was running at like 5 FPS on the lowest settings. Nuts. It was horrible. And it wasn't even my computer. It was only taking like 40% of my resources. I genuinely couldn't get the game to run at a reasonable frame rate, and it's just because there was a lot of people playing at the same time, like when the game first released. And then if you ever decide, you know, for whatever reason you want to play, you'll feel it. When a major update comes out, you're gonna be attacking a boss, and you're gonna be like, wait, I haven't seen damage numbers in a while. And then suddenly, all the numbers are gonna pop up, and you're gonna be dead. It's so messed up, dude. Do you get this on the Japanese version? No. Do you get disconnected more? I agree, yeah, you do. I think you get disconnected more on the Japanese version, but you get way less lag. And a part of me is fine with the lag if I don't get disconnected, but a part of me is frustrated because like it's much more consistent. Like you know when it's really laggy on the Japanese version, you get disconnected like once or twice, you're like, I'm good. But on the American version, it will get laggy and it'll stay laggy. Like it just stays laggy until the game is borderline dead, and I don't like it. Obviously, they couldn't get licensing for like everything too. So there's outfits that I didn't get. Like I can't get my Monster Hunter outfit back ever again. They don't allow you to be a certain height in the English version. Like you're forced to be like a certain. You're forced to be like a specific height minimum. You can't actually be like a small being. And yeah, I get it, because some people are fucking weirdos. Like I had a little for a little while I had a little small character. I had made a kid that looked like there was like 11 or so. And they had little dog ears and little pup tail. And they had the cool little they had the cute little sweater with the long pants. They looked adorable. But I can't have that because people have to be fucking weirdos and over-sexualized kids. So rip being able to have that customization. And if I decided that I just wanted to be really tiny and have a wrappy suit, I can't do that either because you can't be that short on the American version. Yeah, I could use a VPN to play the Japanese version, but that's not legal, and I don't want to go through all that trouble either. When they had locked everybody out of it because all the harassment that was happening, I didn't bother playing the game. I just left until it was open again because I don't feel like going out of the way, going out of my way to play games that I'm probably not supposed to play. I wish I could have at least transferred my stuff, you know? If I could at least have transferred all my stuff, I would have been fine. Because I had a lot of stuff in the Japanese version. I worked really hard. All my weapons gone. My inventory expansions, all my maxed out pets, all gone. Because, you know, Microsoft felt the need to absolutely just like... It absolutely had to be, you know, American exclusive or Japanese exclusive. And then we have to make this international version that has, like, really obnoxious problems that everyone will play on. Yes, I enjoy it so much, Microsoft. You know what I would have liked even more? If, I would have liked even more if, Phantasy Star Online 2 was the, like, considered the baseline for how they were gonna make New Genesis. You got these maps. The maps don't have to be procedural, that's fine. Make the enemies random. Make bosses be able to spawn in random areas. Make it chaotic, dude. It's so fucking cut and dry, like... I never thought Phantasy Star would just suddenly become Final Fantasy 13. That's all I'm saying. Am I down to one doll? Oh, it's 3. Okay, it's 3. They're just lazy. I just, all I can imagine is that they played Phantasy Star Online 2, and they were like, this is cool, but what if we, and then they just like removed everything that was really good about, like the world of the game. Because like the combat can be considered better in many cases, right? Like, I think New Genesis did a great job with the combat. Everybody does have a defense, which is alright, I guess. Like, I understand that some people didn't want certain classes to have, like, strong defense. I wouldn't be mad if they tightened it up a little bit. Most of the classes have pretty good mobility, too. No one's, like, left out of the general mechanics. And the differences between the classes are enough that you have to actually learn how to play them. You have to learn what you're supposed to do with each class. It's not as bad as like where Final Fantasy XIV is going, where like, oh, you played one of the harder jobs. Well, I guess like none of the other jobs are gonna be much of a learning curve for you. You're just gonna pick them up like snap 1, 2, 3. But I think that the combat was like one of the greatest aspects of the game, and it could have been made so much better by just having everything be random, you know? The fact that like all the enemies are fixed kind of takes away from the world. You just end up going to particular places to farm particular enemies. Oh, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about too for Phantasy Star. The fucking item farming. Are you kidding me? Wait, let me get a drink. I've been running my stupid mouth for like an hour straight. Alright, so you guys might not have noticed this, alright? It might be hard for you to see, but I'm a bit of a hoarder. I like to hoard things. I like to have a lot of items. I think having a lot of items makes me feel really good on the inside. The more items I have, the better I feel. Do you see it? You probably do. So, my issue with Phantasy Star Online 2 when it comes to the items is buffs are absurdly important. In Phantasy Star, not Phantasy Star Online 2, my bad, in New Genesis. In Online 2, buffs weren't the end-all be-all unless you were fighting, like, Lore 900 Masquerade, right? I gotta throw away some of these cheap leathers. I'm pretty sure he's picking it up because he's a dick. You have to, like, get buffs for, like, each region individually. It's not that it's an absolute requirement, it's just that you get like a huge bonus for doing so. Like, it's very, very worth it. The issue I have is that items don't respawn for entire fucking days, practically. Why? Why? Why did you do this? Why did you... Who sat in the office and was like, alright, you remember the gathering mechanic from Phantasy Star Online 2? What if we implemented that, but made it mandatory for people to be really strong to have to do, like, an absurd grind in order to do it? I don't want to, like... I really, really don't want to, like, hop on the game and then go around the goddamn map to 4 different regions to upkeep my food, because I don't know what's going to be important in the next update. Because what ends up happening is that when I'm not doing it because I want to, but because I absolutely 100% have to, I just stop playing the game when I don't feel like doing that anymore. Somebody should have considered that, like, you could have made the buffs extra. The game is easy, right? Like, Phantasy Star New Genesis is easy. But we could all be honest about this. It's not a hard game. The execution for most of the classes is really easy. The game plan is easy almost all around. there's very few enemies that will crap you for being a bad player. Most of them are just like, to be honest, just unfair. Like the tundra, fuck being frozen. Like you're not expected to be absolutely perfect, and sometimes you'll get hit by stuff. I don't think enemies should be able to freeze you off of like everything they do to you. So like, if you're gonna go out of your way, wow, I broke the camera. Oh, my Pepsi's blocking it. That's why. My bad. I have no place to set my Pepsi. Alright, fair enough. Damn, I guess I should just name this the stream where I bitch about MMOs I don't play anymore. If you want to make a game that's easy and accessible to like everyone, then don't try to like put really stupid time gates on stuff as like a borderline mandatory option. I can't say much about the state of the game right now because I haven't played it in like 8 months. But when I last played it, which is like right when the volcano came out, the food buffs were extremely important. And when you didn't have the gear for it, they were mandatory because some of the enemies would just absolutely destroy you for not having enough defense and coming into the new content. And you can't expect everyone to have like fully grinded out, absolute optimized equipment coming into the next update. So like, you would end up kind of doing a bit of a skip per se. Like you would end up either having to do like the end game stuff in the last continent, which no one is fucking doing because they're all in the new continent now, or you would have to just suck it up and deal with how difficult things are. And it's primarily because battle power is so prominent in the game. Like, if you have too little battle power, it starts to show because the damage and defense bonuses that you and the enemy get from battle power is just really, really obnoxious. Like obnoxious to the point where you're actually like, you're incentivized to gear poorly for some of the classes in order to have higher battle power, especially earlier on in your gear. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Bouncer. Ooh, I need to wiggle. There we go. But like, yeah, early on, like before you get like better gear, assuming that you grind this, by the way. Like if you buy it from the auction house, you could just skip all this shit. Usually that happens about like two weeks after the content releases. People start selling like a ton of the good gear, like not the best gear in the game, but often like the really good stuff that you could use to enter in game. But before you do that, like, you're just getting kind of screwed because you need an upkeep of food, because if you don't keep doing it, then you're gonna suffer without your buffs. And you also need to be geared to a decent degree. And when a new continent comes out, you need to get the next, like, you need to get to the next level cap, and then you need to get the next set of like armor units or weapons. Or weapons. I'm not gonna say and weapons because like sometimes the new weapons are kind of alright. You know, you just kind of like hold on to what you currently had until you get like the absolute best stuff going from one update to another sometimes. But you when you do this, like, you get kind of screwed because of like battle points, you don't have the food and stuff. And like the reason why food is like such a prominent issue in my opinion is because like the cooldown on it, and some of them are not very easy to find. I'm sorry, I went on a bit of a ramble. I didn't get to my point. Some of it's difficult to find, or like it only appears in very particular spots and you only get like 5 or 10 a day, and that's just kind of it. And if there's other ways to get it, then, you know, good on you. I'm guessing, like, people probably now have resource maps for the first 3 areas no problem, if not the volcano as well, because I remember the maps were still kind of under construction when I had last played. If you want to make a game that's easy, then make the goddamn game easy. If you want to make a game that's like obnoxiously grindy, make the game obnoxiously grindy. I don't understand why make one thing like way harder after making everything else way easier. Combat, in my opinion, is New Genesis forte. I feel like if they focus on combat and they try to implement like enemies being in more places in a world and make it feel less gamey and more like a world, in my opinion, it would appeal better for people. But I do understand the story of Phantasy Star, and that it is not like the world that they are currently in is technically not a real world. Like, I'm not ignorant to the game's current story. I'm just disappointed in the execution of the game at the moment. Where like I was extremely excited for New Genesis, and I was even willing to make an account on the NA server to play it with friends before I knew that they were going to block me from the Japanese server. I'm very disappointed. But hey, who knows? Maybe the game just isn't for me, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't really like a game but a game is successful, then it means the game was not for you. Not to say that if it was a failure, it wasn't for you either, but like if it was successful, then it certainly wasn't for you. There was a lot of people out there who really wanted this game. I just wasn't one of them. Shadow Wizard? Bam. Oh, this is 29 days. I'm good. I'm just gonna wait on that one. Damn, I did all of them. All I had to do was talk my fucking brains out. Blow you guys' ears out. Wow. Hope you guys enjoyed my TED Talk. Could I blow your ears in then? Hey, look, by the way, it's the Inuyasha cosplayer. He's in my guild. Hey, hold on, let me get rid of all my dolls. Doesn't he look just like Inuyasha? Yeah, I like it too. Just I wish he was a little taller. I don't think Inuyasha was a short king. But who knows, you know? What's I gonna do? Yeah, sadly, like, as it stands right now, for me, Mabinogi has more value than Phantasy Star and Final Fantasy for me. So, like, I've been playing this. I want to play Final Fantasy, but I need to have another job that I can really dig my teeth into. I know I still have Gunbreaker to do. I'll do it when I come back. And maybe I'll try Savages when I can concentrate more. Maybe I'll, like, at some point I'll get my ADHD medicated and possibly be able to focus a lot better. Um, and for, like, Phantasy Star, I have almost no interest. I wanted to play Phantasy Star for the combat because I think that's where it shines most, but oh my goodness, does that game get like linear real quick? I'd prefer to play Devil May Cry because with Devil May Cry I can modify the mobs to make the game more interesting, more chaotic, more fun. Oh god, what is this song? Ugh. Hmm. Oh, I want to go back there. I want to check my damage on the barrier spikes. By the way, Leah, they added extensions to Arcanas, by the way. Oh, you can actually get more bonuses for after level 50. Hi, Ronnie. The moment I heard it, I knew it was you. Look at all these S words. Oh wait, I forgot. Oh. Oh, I don't have my knuckles on. Oh, I forgot my glyphs. 130. Oh, I can't use that. That's not bad though. That's pretty good. 8K. Those are doing like 6K a shot. That's doing 100K. It's a shame that it would take me a really long time before I get Fighter to be at a reasonable level. For now, it's just really weak. For me, at least. I'll take care of that another time now. I'm gonna end my stream because it's about to get really loud in my house. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate you stopping by. We had a great test stream and everything. It was fantastic. Everything went well. I didn't crash. Maybe I can stream more. I think I've definitely fixed the issue. My keyboard! Woo! Got my keyboard.
Emotional damage!
Emotional damage!
Ronnie, check them out. All I have to say is, oh god, he's hot.
Who's hot? And
I don't know, Rain said, all I have to say is, oh god, he's hot. Hey, yo? Hey.
who's hot?
Who?
Alright, we're gonna go raid
I
Chi
don't
soon.
know what we're talking about.
Fama?
I don't know.
Plus is in the chat. He lied to me and said, oh wait, no, that's not Plus,
Fama
never
is
mind.
cute on my stream. It
I
does
misread.
something special.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Plus.
no, he's
Forgive
hot.
me.
Oh no, oh no.
Um,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot to shout him out, I'm sorry.
Thank you. So
I love that whenever I put my headphones on, my model, like, puts his head down. Yeah. We're gonna go raid Chi. You guys ready? She'll never see it coming. All three of us. We'll bum rush her and we'll give her head pats. She'll never see it coming. She is the best Mabinogi streamer in the world, after all. Sad times ahead.